Okay, we got a huge game with Tennessee. All of them are huge ones, obviously, but it's a Eastern Division game, SEC game. Tennessee is really seemed to be probably one of the most improved teams after where they played against Georgia, and they were off last week. So they got some fire, momentum, and I know we're going to get their best shot, and hopefully our team will be ready to play because it's going to be a tough day. Tennessee, tradition-wise, still one of the football powers in the nation. I know they're in the top 10 all-time wins, so it should be a thrill for all of our players to go into the Neyland Stadium and compete against Tennessee.
For questions for Coach, press star 1, and Coach will start you off with Jimmy Himes, the sports animal in Knoxville.
Hey, Steve, there are a lot of outstanding quarterbacks in the SEC, but I wonder, given what all Connor Shaw does for you, do you think maybe he's one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league?
Jimmy, I think you're exactly right. He is the most underrated. Every time they mention all these guys, they don't even talk about him. I don't know why. I think his overall record as a starter now is 22-4, and I guess that's pretty good. That's 11-2 average. So he runs, he throws, he makes first downs for us with his legs at times. He doesn't do those stupid things that a lot of quarterbacks do. Takes care of the ball very well. Hadn't thrown an interception all year. There's no question several games this year we could have lost, but we had no really bad plays by the offense. We've had a couple of fumbles down around the 5-10 yard line. That's been our turnovers this year, going in, not in our own territory. So hopefully Connor can keep up his outstanding play because he's certainly one of the big reasons we're 5-1 right now.
And Mike Davis,
yeah, Mike's a good back. He's run very well. I guess he's still leading the conference, but lines blocked pretty well too. We had some good holes against Arkansas last week, and hopefully we can find some holes against Tennessee. There wasn't many holes for those Georgia backs, so I can assure you that. We've been watching that tape, and Tennessee is they really look like a good team.
Next is Samuel De La Cruz of ESPN College Game Day.
Morning, Coach.
Okay.
Coach, when it comes in terms of the Coaches Poll, are you in favor of that poll making up 1/3 of the BCS standing?
Am I in favor of it making up 1/3? Yeah, I guess so. Why not?
How much time on thought do you think coaches really put into the poll?
Oh, about, I don't know how much time. How much time do sports writers put into their poll? I don't know. We probably look at all the highlights every Sunday morning or late Saturday night. I'm sure most all coaches do that. So we just sort of have an idea who's playing well and so forth. And I think most of us probably use our director of operations to fill it out and go over it. I go over it with our guy usually every Sunday morning and turn it in.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Next is Todd Lebo of Sports Radio 810.
Hey, Coach, I wondered if get you to comment on the new guys in the league. They're about a year and a half into this thing, Texas A&M and Missouri is on top of the East right now, picked up a big road win last week. Did you guys see these teams coming in and playing as well as they have this quickly?
Yeah, I think so. I thought they had a chance to. Missouri and Texas A&M have got outstanding football traditions at their places. Some years you're a little down more than others. Missouri was a little bit down, I guess, last year, but they've historically really had good teams out there. So they've played very well this year, undefeated, and I'm sure they got their sights on playing for the championship in Atlanta. And A&M obviously has done very well the last 2 years also. And Johnny Manziel is he's the toast of the league, I guess you'd say right now.
Next is Chase Goodbread of NFL.com.
Coach, I wanted to ask you what you thought about the way that Antonio Richardson has played for Tennessee at left tackle this year and what kind of challenge he presents for Clowney.
Yeah, Tennessee has maybe as good offensive line out there, although our line has really played well this year. But, yeah, he's a very good player, projected first-round NFL pick and all that. I don't watch their offense much, trying to find some ball plays we can run against their defense. But, yeah, he's an outstanding player.
Thanks.
So a follow-up from Jimmy Hines.
Steve, you had some leads that you were struggled to hold on to against Vanderbilt, Central Florida, and Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you have fixed those defensive concerns?
Only time will tell, Jimmy, if we fixed much. Arkansas basically stopped passing in our game. It sort of got out of hand. We had a bunch of good breaks against those guys. We're not that many points better than Arkansas, that's for sure. But we had a bunch of good breaks, and they're not a passing team that much, and they just sort of quit throwing, and so we weren't tested like those other teams. Those other teams threw a little bit, ran a little bit, and went up and down the field on us in the fourth quarters. So I wouldn't say we fixed anything until we do it week after week after week, and go from there. So yeah, we're still trying to coach our tails off, try to get our players in position to defend the pass as well as the runs. We've given up a lot of big runs and big passes, and we're trying to work on not doing that.
And offensively, you're averaging over 480 yards a game. Do you think this is your best offense at South Carolina?
Well, thus far, all the statistics say that. And we do have pretty good balance with the ability to run and throw, which is what we all hope to have. Now, whether or not it can continue, only time will tell.
Thank you.
All right.
Next is Jason Lee of the Palm Beach Post.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Steve, yesterday Billy Donovan, the basketball coach of Florida, said that you helped him recruit Mike Miller. Do you remember anything about that?
Yeah, I've heard Billy say that several times. He brought Mike in to the football office, I think, on a Friday morning of his visit. I used to always visit with some recruits Billy had, and then they'd watch the game the next day and so forth. And I've heard him say that Mike Miller had such a big time on the weekend and the football game and everything that that was one reason he decided to come to Florida. Yeah, I've heard Billy say that before. And Coach Martin brings some basketball recruits in last year, and I think one or two of them came. So, and our softball coach here brings her recruits in all the time, and we've got a lot of them. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, maybe meeting a head football coach helps sell the other programs.
What kind of friendship did you have with Billy Donovan?
Oh, excellent. I see Billy a lot. He's got a place down at Crescent Beach, Florida, where myself, Bobby Stoops have places also. So I see Billy in the summer and at the coaches' meetings, things like that.